Nicolas Cage and Johnny Depp's odd relationship. It's likely impossible to travel anywhere without running into someone named Johnny Depp. This is particularly true now, since he and his ex-wife, Amber Heard, were both parties to a protracted defamation case trial. But Nicolas Cage exposed him to acting before he became a superstar. When Depp first entered the Hollywood scene, he was considerably younger and had his sights set on the fame and fortune that came with being a rock star. He had previously been quite active in Florida's music scene, playing guitar in a group named The Kids. The Kids would split up in the 1980s, preventing the actor from being well known as a musician, which led him to Hollywood. Through his then-wife, Lori Ann Allison, who is related to the bassist in his band, Johnny Depp would meet Nicolas Cage while in Los Angeles. Nicolas Cage was introduced to Johnny Depp by Allison, who knew Cage. Depp was in a completely new environment, but Cage had noticed something in him and told him that he had a natural talent for acting. On the strength of this referral, Depp would get his first agent and position very swiftly. Depp recalled that his initial foray into acting was a way to pay the rent for a minute in an interview with radio station Close. Depp added that Nicolas Cage had directed him to the agent who was working on his behalf. Johnny Depp received his first acting role after arriving in Los Angeles for the 1984 Wes Craven horror movie A Nightmare on Elm Street. Depp, who was only 21 at the time, mysteriously received his big break in Hollywood via Craven's adolescent daughter. According to reports, when Craven asked his daughter who should play the dreamy boyfriend part, she chose Johnny Depp. They had been playing Monopoly when Cage recalled meeting Depp in an interview from 2008, suggesting that Depp pursue acting. As stated by Cage, "I first met Johnny years ago. He was a guitarist who had moved from Florida to Los Angeles. We were playing Monopoly one day with a mutual friend. I encouraged him to pursue acting, so I referred him to my agency. The following day, he attended his first audition and was cast in the role. I honestly can't claim ownership of it. In his entire career, I was just a tiny step, but that's how it went down. It was easy." Nicolas Cage gained widespread recognition when Johnny Depp landed his first role in A Nightmare on Elm Street. He had previously starred in legendary films including The Cotton Club, Rumble Fish, and Birdie. Given that Cage was preparing for his own Hollywood breakthrough, having some faith in Depp was undoubtedly beneficial. Following A Nightmare on Elm Street, Johnny Depp would appear on television for 3 years in Platoon, Cry Baby, and 21 Jump Street. Additionally, he started working with Tim Burton in 1990 with the release of Edward Scissorhands. One may argue that Nicolas Cage's career might not have ever started if it weren't for the chance encounter with him. People may recall that Nicolas Cage started acting in a lot of straight-to-video films, which seems strange considering that he was such a hugely popular actor in the 1990s and 2000s. This, according to reports, was brought about by Cage spending patterns and investments in a number of American real estate bubble-era homes between 2007 and 2008. CNBC said that Cage had spent much of his $150 million wealth on numerous real estate deals, including the acquisition of a $3 million island in the Bahamas and the famed La Laurie mansion in New Orleans for an additional $3.3 million. Cage was up against the wall and owed the IRS $6.3 million in back property taxes when the housing market plummeted.